Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, welcome back to our video series on Introduction to Phonetics. In this video, we'll take a closer look into articulatory phonetics. This branch of phonetics focuses on how we produce speech sound using different parts of our vocal tract. We'll explore key terms, how consonants and vowels are formed, and even try out some pronunciation exercises. Let's get started. What is articulatory phonetics? So, it studies how speech sounds are physically produced. That's articulatory phonetics. It is all about how we create sounds with our mouth and vocal tract. It examines the movement of articulators. When we speak, our tongue, lips, and vocal cords move in specific ways to produce different sounds. Have you ever wondered why some accents sound different? Well, it's because speakers of different languages use their articulators differently. Speech production happens in three main stages. First, we need air. So when we inhale and then when we exhale, in which the air comes from our lung, this is called respiration. Then, as the air moves through the vocal cords, they either vibrate to create voice sounds like uz, or stay open for voiceless sounds like as. This is what is called phonation. Finally, our tongue, lips, and other parts in our oral and nasal cavity shape the sound in a process called articulations. So there are three main processes. These are respiration, phonation, and articulations. Now let's take a look at places of articulations where sounds are made. Okay, where in the mouth or throat a sound is made, that's places of articulations. Say for example, take bilabial sounds like p and b. Now, we use both lips to produce that sounds, p and b. While labiodental sounds like f and of involve the lower lip touching the upper teeth. And sounds like t and d are alveolar, meaning the tongue touches the ridge behind the teeth. Try saying top and feel where your tongue is, top. Okay, so there are bilabial, in which it's named bilabial, the two labial or both lips, because when we produce the sound, we put the lips together, p, b. While labiodental, we put the lower lip touches upper teeth, like when we produce the sound of and of. And dental, now in dental sound, the tongue touches the teeth, like when we say think. Okay, and then as I mentioned previously, in alveolar, when we produce alveolar sounds, the tongue touches the alveolar ridge just behind the upper teeth, t and d. So what is palatal? Palatal sound is when we produce it using when our tongue goes near the hard palate in our oral cavity. It's like the sound sh in shoe, sh in shoe. And then velar is the sound created in the back of the tongue when the back of the tongue touches the velum. The sound, for example, k and g, you can feel it. Yeah, the back of the tongue touches our velum. Yeah, k and g. and glottal sound produced at the vocal cords. This sounds like the sound of h in hat. H. Okay. Okay. So as we previously learned, the sound, the name of the sound, it is done by where the sound is produced, and also it is also indicated with manner of articulation, or how sounds are made. Okay, sounds are also classified by how they are made. Yeah, stops, for example, completely block the airflow and release it, so we call it stop. Sounds like p and t are stops. And then, for example, we have fricatives. Fricatives let air pass through a narrow gap, creating a hissing sound like s and f. That's fricative. And affricates combine a stop and fricative. For example, the sound ch, like in chat. So it stops first and then it goes fricative. Ch, chat. And then we have nasals. Can you guess where nasals, how nasals are produced? Good, where air escapes through the nose, nasals. Okay, like and and un. Try placing your fingers on your nose and saying you'll feel the vibration. Okay, so what is stops? What are stops? Yeah, when airflow is completely blocked and then release. For example, p, t, k. And then what are fricatives? It is when airflow is partially blocked, creating friction like in of, us, and sh. And then what are affricates? It is a combination of a stop and a fricative, for example, in chat, ch in chat. And nasal, when air escapes through the nose, like in the sound an, and ang. And what are liquids and glides? It is smooth transitions between sounds, and the sounds are l, and w. Okay, now let's talk about voicing. Do the vocal cords vibrate when we create the sounds? Some sounds make our vocal cords vibrate, yeah, and some don't. Try saying as and us. Do you feel the difference? The first one is voiced as, and the second is voiceless us. Place your hand on your throat and say bath, bat, and pat. You'll feel the difference in vibration. Which one is vibrating? Bat or pat? Sure, it's bat. Okay, so what are voice sounds? Voice sounds are a sound that vibrates the vocal cords, like b, d, and g, while voiceless sounds are produced while our vocal cords do not vibrate. For example, p, t, and k. Okay, vowels are different from consonants. Now let's talk about vowels, yeah? Because they don't have complete obstructions. Instead, we classify them based on tongue height, tongue backness, and lip rounding. Try saying E versus O. Your lips change in shape, right? In English, we also distinguish between short and long vowels like bit versus beat, bit versus beat. So we have short E and long E. Okay, tongue tongue high, we have high, mid, and low. Low, yeah. High, we have E in C, and then mid, we have A in bat, and low, we have A in cat. While for tongue backness, we have front, central, and back. The front is, for example, the sound E, long E, and then the central schwa, and back U in blue. For lip rounding, we see the rounded versus unrounded lip. Say, for example, the sound for rounded is O and U. You see the lip, our lips will be rounding when we produce the sound O and U, while the unrounded ones, for example, E and A. Okay, that's for vowels. And now let's put your skill to test. Try saying these pairs out loud. Pat versus bat, fan versus van, and ship versus chip. Can you hear and feel the differences? This is why phonetics is so important for improving pronunciation. Okay, all right. All right, to sum up, speech sounds are made through a combination of respiration, phonation, and articulation. Consonants are categorized by place, manner, and voicing, while vowels are shaped by tongue position and lip rounding. The more you understand these categories, of course, the better your pronunciation will be. That's all for articulatory phonetics. Thanks for watching, and I hope this lesson helped you understand how we produce different sounds. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll explore the science of speech sounds in acoustic phonetics. See you soon! Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.